Get settled in here at seated. Feet firmly planted to the floor. Sitting back in the chair, let your shoulders roll back and down. Bring your hands somewhere comfortable. Allow your chin to slightly tuck, crown of your head to pull up towards the ceiling. Allow your eyes to softly close. Let your jaw release a bit. Begin to check in with your physical body. Noting how you feel today. Noticing the points of your body connected to the floor and to your chair. Bringing awareness to any parts of your body that are talking to you, have a story to tell. And beginning to focus in on your breath. Noticing your inhale and your exhale as they are to begin. And then beginning to allow that breath to become more even, balancing out. And as you find that equal inhale, equal exhale, beginning to deepen your breath. Allowing your inhale to start at your low belly, filling all the way up to your low throat, and allowing the exhale to move and reverse here. Opening up the body with the inhale. Emptying out with your exhale. Staying with this deep intentional breath as we begin our asana, our movement practice. Allow the arms to come heavy at your sides. On your next inhale, let the arms come up and over, finding a mild back bend. Take your exhale here. You can let your gaze go up a bit if you'd like. And beginning some dynamic movement on your next exhale, hinging forward at your hips. Let the arms reach back. Inhale, rising up and back. Exhale, hinging forward, find your fold. On your next inhale, hold that stretch. Taking that slight crescent shape with your body here. Opening the front body on your inhales. Next, exhale, bring yourself back to neutral here, nice and tall. You can let your back come slightly away from the chair. Belly button's engaged. Exhale, take a bend to the elbows, come to cactus arms. On your next exhale, press your elbows back, let your shoulder blades come to meet. Inhale, bring the arms back to center. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale, center. Opening the heart a bit more here. One more. Back at center. On an exhale, turn your gaze to your right. Next, inhale, bring your gaze back to center. Exhale, take the gaze left. Next, inhale, gaze to center. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, take that forward fold, reaching back. Create some space between your shoulders and ears. Reaching those fingertips towards the wall behind you here. Staying active in that fold. Spine is straight. Crown of the head's pulling forward here. Next, exhale, let the fingertips sweep down towards the floor. Remain active in the fold. On an inhale, let the arms come straight out from your shoulders, reaching forward in your fold. Finding that engagement. Next, exhale, drop heavy in your fold. Let your head hang heavy, arms heavy towards the floor. Give your head a gentle shake, yes. And a gentle shake, no. Bringing the head back to center. On an inhale, take a slow roll up to seated. The head come up last. Slide your way out to the edge of your chair here. Hands to the knees, taking some cat-cow. Exhale, rolling back. Inhale, coming forward to open across the heart. Back to a neutral spine. Reach your right hand back, left hand to the right knee. Find yourself nice and tall. Exhale, take a twist. Next inhale brings you back to center. Left hand reaches back, right hand to your left knee. Nice and tall. Exhale, twist. Inhaling back to center. Right hand to the edge of your chair. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale towards your right. Take your gaze up. That nice stretch from the left hip up the left side body here. Next inhale, bring your gaze forward. And on an exhale, take a fold over the right knee. Let the gaze go towards the floor. Allow your left arm to be right next to your left ear here. Taking that stretch down into the low back. Next, inhale, extend that right arm along the right ear. Finding that engagement, that core work here in this twisted fold. Next, exhale, let the arms go heavy, hang heavy over that right knee. You can let your head go heavy here. Next, inhale, make your way to center in your fold. Just let yourself be heavy here for a moment. Give your head a gentle shake, yes, and a gentle shake, no. From here, on an exhale, you're going to bring yourself over your left knee, taking that heavy fold over the left knee here. Just sliding yourself over. Next, inhale, lift both of your arms so that they're extended next to your ears. Bring your neck a little more active, coming into that active fold on this side. Taking things in the reverse here on the left. Bring your left hand to the left edge of your chair. On an inhale, begin to lift yourself up to that side stretch, bringing that right arm along the right ear, turning the gaze towards the ceiling, right hips rooted to the chair, taking that stretch through the right side body here. Next, inhale, lift yourself up to center, bringing the gaze forward. Exhale that right arm down. Come back to some cat-cow. Back to a neutral spine. Mount to the very edge of your chair. Just your sits bones are balanced here on the edge. Holding on to the sides of your chair here. Bring the soles of your feet to meet. Let your knees fall open. Coming to bound angle, nice and tall through your spine. You can tuck those elbows back. Bring your heart open a bit more. Releasing out of this, let the knees come back up. Bring the toes, big toes to touch, knees can touch. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, let the hands come heart center. Coming into twisted chair here. On your next exhale, left elbow is gonna look for your right thigh. Exhale and twist. Opening up here. On an inhale, if you'd like, you can extend the hands open. You can take the gaze up if that feels good for your neck. On your next exhale, if you've opened the arms, let the hands come back to heart center, closed. Inhale back up through center. On your next exhale, take that right elbow to the left thigh. Extending the arms open and the gaze up if you would like. Next, exhale, hands come close. Inhale yourself back to center. Following inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, take a forward fold over your closed knees. Allow yourself to be heavy here. Allow your belly to press into your thighs on your inhales. Allowing for that massage of the internal organs, stoking that internal digestive fire here, but allowing that resistance. On your next inhale, slowly roll yourself up to seated. Take some cat-cow when you get there. Back at a neutral spine, we're going to come to standing. Coming to one side of your chair. I'm going to turn mine to the side so it's easier to see me here. So gripping your chair, checking in that your feet are parallel to one another here. Nice and tall through the spine, roll your shoulders back and down. Chin comes tucked so the crown of the head reaches high. Belly button is engaged. Make sure the core is active here. Next, inhale, let that outer knee, lift up. You can brace the knee if you need, but really allowing that core to do the work here. Flexing the foot, finding that activity in the body. On your next exhale, let that foot kick back, hinge yourself forward. Finding warrior three at the side of the chair, reaching that arm forward. Pressing back, length from the heel of that foot through your fingertips and crown of your head. Next, inhale, engage the core, bring yourself back up. That knee is still lifted. Exhale, drop that foot back to the floor. Walk yourself out here for a moment. Back to neutral, reestablish that strong mountain pose here, the side of your chair. On your next inhale, take that outer leg out just a bit. Let the toes point towards the wall in front of you. On an exhale, bring your toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale, toes point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Taking this movement with your breath here. Release the foot back to the floor. Walk it out for a moment. Make your way to the back of your chair. Hands to the back of the chair here. On an exhale, walk yourself back. Find a fold. Tailbone pressing back. Crown of the head pulling forward here. You can have a subtle bend to the knees to create a little bit of a release here. Next, inhale, walk yourself back forward to your chair. You're going to come to the opposite side of your chair here. Reestablishing that stance. Feet are parallel to one another. Core is engaged, chin is tucked, crown of the head is up, shoulders are back. Next, inhale, that outer knee lifts, foot is flexed here. Core is doing the work for you. Even if you're bracing the leg, you're still allowing that core to do the lifting. Next, exhale, the foot kicks back as you move towards warrior three on this side. Foot stays active, pressing back through that heel, fingertips reaching forward, crown of your head reaching forward. Next, inhale, engage that core, bring yourself back up, knee up, foot active. Exhale the foot back to the floor, walk it out for a moment. Back at neutral, checking back in. Finding that mountain pose here. Next inhale, lift that foot, toes are pointed towards the wall in front of you. Exhale, toes flex to the ceiling. Inhale, point. Taking this on this side. Almost as if your foot is a bellows here, and it's pressing the air out. One more. And the foot back down, walk it out. Moving to the back of your chair again. Walking yourself back, finding that fold here. Once again, settled into the knees. Tailbone pressing back, crown of the head pulling forward. Next inhale, walk yourself back up to your chair. Nice and tall here at the back of the chair, hands on your chair. Shoulders back and down, taking calf raises here. On your next inhale, lift onto your toes. Exhale, heels slowly drop. Now, if you'd like to add a little bit of extra work to this today, you can lift that left foot up behind you and raise and lower just on your right for a bit. Taking as many as it feels comfortable to do here on the right side. And then dropping that left foot, maybe walk it out a little bit here. Lifting the right foot. Taking this just on your left, adding that little bit of extra resistance work this morning. A little extra strengthening for our body. Coming back, releasing both feet back to the floor, pedaling out here for a moment. And then walk yourself back to that fold once more. Next, inhale, walk yourself halfway back to your chair. Step your right foot back, slightly kickstanding those toes to the side. And on an exhale, take your fold here, taking pyramid pose at the chair. Next, inhale, lift yourself up. Switching the feet, right foot at halfway towards the chair. Left foot steps back, subtle kickstand of the toes. Exhale, take your fold. Next, inhale lifts you up, stepping that left foot to meet the right. Bring yourself back to seated, out towards the edge of your chair here, taking some cat-cow. Back at a neutral spine. You're going to come into a cross of the legs here. So you can either take just your right foot over your left, or if it's accessible to you, go ahead and completely cross the legs. Now, it might be best to step that left foot to the midline of the body before you cross, just to make it a little bit more accessible for yourself. Set up nice and tall here. Left hand comes to that right knee. Right arm's going to reach back, and on an exhale, take a twist here. You can take that left hand to that thigh, right thigh, and create a little bit of extra traction here if you'd like. Just that resistance against the body. Release out to center. Take the right hand to the right knee. Left hand reaches back. Find a counter twist on an exhale. Inhale back to center. From here, if you have the full cross of the leg, go ahead and just shift that right ankle to the left knee. If you have this partial cross, you can go ahead and bring that right foot on its edge next to the left. So whichever works best for your body. Sitting up nice and tall here, taking a hip opening stretch. On an exhale, go ahead and begin to fold forward. Taking this version of pigeon pose, seated at the chair here, opening the back of that hip up. Next, inhale, go ahead and lift yourself back up. Release that right foot to the floor. Take some cat-cow here. Moving that to the opposite side, go ahead and step the right foot to the midline of the body. Cross that left foot over the foot, or fully cross the legs, whichever is comfortable for you. Right hand to the left knee, left hand reaches back, nice and tall. Exhale, take your twist. Create that resistance, that bit of tension on the thigh if you'd like. Inhale your way back to center, left hand to that knee, right hand reaches back. Exhale, take your counter twist. Inhale yourself back to center here, finding either that left ankle to the right knee or edge of the left foot to the right arch of the foot. Sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, take that subtle fold, open the back of the hip here. Many of us are finding that our hips and our jaw are tight right now. And a lot of that has to do with how we're holding things emotionally. A lot of us are feeling resentment come up in our world right now towards the way that things are going. We're angry, we're frustrated, and those emotions get held in our hips and our jaw. So whenever we can do something to release one, we help to release the other. On your next inhale, bring yourself up. Release that left foot back to the floor. Take some cat-cow. Back to a neutral spine. Setting up nice and tall here on the edge of your seat. Bring those soles of the feet together again in bound angle. Being out there on the edge of your chair. Just letting those hips fall open. Bring your thumbs to the hinge of your jaw. Begin to take very tiny circles here. Helping to release the jaw and the hips simultaneously. If you've noticed that there are things that you're struggling to communicate right now, allow those things to come to mind as you allow for this physical release of that mental and emotional from here. Release the hands to the knees, set up nice and tall, shoulders back, chin slightly tucked, crown of the head reaching up. Allow the jaw to fall open here. And slide it side to side. Continuing to release anything that's held here. And then bring the lips softly closed. Deep sighing breaths here. I had a conversation this past weekend with one of my mentors in the yoga community. I've been struggling to have some conversations where there's a deep difference of opinion lately. Because I find that I want to react with anger out of my frustration and resentment. He gave me a tool to use in communication that I want to pass on to others. Instead of starting a conversation with things like, well, why do you think that way? Or that you're wrong. Start it with, you seem to have an opinion that I don't quite understand. Can you explain it to me? It diffuses the tension, takes the anger out of it, and it allows for a conversation to occur. So allowing that to be a tool and a technique that you've got by your side. You're noticing that things are stressful and tense right now, communication-wise. From here, sit yourself back in your chair. Allow your feet to connect to the floor below you. Roll your shoulders back and down. Bring your hands somewhere comfortable. Allow your eyes to remain softly closed. Take some nice, deep, heavy sighing breaths here. Taking this time to pause, heavy in your body, peaceful in your mind, soft in your breath here. Taking a moment to reflect on your practice today. What came with ease? What came with conflict? Were you able to allow yourself to hold space for both? Allow your arms to come heavy at your side. Wiggle out your fingers. Wiggle out your toes. Roll out your wrists and your ankles one way to start, and then the other. Take an exhale and let your chin drop heavy to your chest. Softly rock your head side to side. Return your head to center. On an inhale, slowly roll the head up. Gently flutter your eyes open. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, hands to heart center. 3 deep breaths here together across the miles. Thumbs to your forehead center. The divine light within me recognizes and deeply reflects the divine light within you. Namaste.